All right. Good morning, Dr. Shah. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you, firstly, again, for reaching out to us a few months ago, and finally we had that webinar a couple of nights ago, a few nights ago. 350 registrants from India and a few other countries. So thank you so much. I was very honored to work with you on that and have my brother present for that hour. So we want to do a follow up because we've had some questions from folks. Uh,
Yes.
Made that very special offer for FOM members. Don't pay the 1300 US for the virtual live stream, but 450, right?
Yes.
So long as you're an FOM member, etc. And you've gone through the program last year. This is why you reached out to us. Can you
Yes.
share
Yes.
a bit about that experience, sort of thing, and what
So
you've done?
definitely, it's changed the way I practice. I used to do a lot of fixed appliances because I used to feel that, removable appliances don't usually get the result. But yeah, so now I have probably shifted entirely to a removable set of
Hmm?
appliances, and I'm seeing a lot of difference that is there. Even GoPex for that matter, we are doing GoPex as well as few exercises, which is also helping our kids with their day-to-day activities, which is also few parents have actually come back and appreciated the change in the posture that they have
Mm.
achieved with these exercises. So yes, it's working definitely for me, and that's why I would like to share this with everyone else as
Oh,
well.
thank you. And also, we had a question about, how is this, evidence-based? So one of the things that we are putting together, we're going to release this, and that was needed for us. And this was the slide that my brother shared briefly. So I just want to go over that. There are 4 decades of research. In this particular paper, the orthopedic expansion of transverse dimension, 4 decade perspective. But this is just one of 138 articles, scientific peer-reviewed articles that my brother has compiled. Once you join, you'll get full access to um,
Yeah.
all of these. I mean, we in terms of the references that my brother, some of them are paid, some of them are free. But this is 15, 20 years of research. My brother himself wanted to know, as a general dentist, is this possible? Right? Where's the evidence? Is this justified early intervention? Because, in most orthodontists, they start at 12, 13. Once all the baby teeth are out, they just, do their thing, right? Why is that? I've wondered. I've got a 4 and a 6-year-old, Simon's nephews, and when I've got terrible teeth, and I refused to have 4 teeth pulled out when I was 12 and didn't have braces. And I'm glad, now that I know what I know, I didn't, but it's I want to play this one little excerpt. We had another webinar. We'll send it to everyone. It was with an orthodontist, Dr. Amanda Wilson from Hawaii, one of the guest speakers at the event. We had a 75-minute masterclass just last night. We'll send that to everyone shortly once it's finished editing. But I want to play this little excerpt because it puts, when I heard this story she talked about during her residency, I this kind of encapsulated, why this is such an important mission. I'll just play this little excerpt.
The more I honestly, and I'm going to tell you because I've heard this in an AAO, American Association of Orthodontists. I heard this once in the restroom, and it stuck with me. And I was like a resident. And they said, never teach the general and pediatric dentists how to properly do phase one, or if we do phase one, we should just not do the lower, because if we do the lower, then we know they might not need phase two, or it'll be too easy, and they'll never send the patient back to us. And that resonated with me. I don't know who it was, but I heard that and I'm like, challenge accepted. All right. Well, what if I start doing things really well in phase one? And yeah, okay, you guys might take this as an easy Invisalign light case or an easy Invisalign go case. But now, hey, I know I'm doing the right thing. These parents are going to send me friends and families and other siblings. And, that's great. That's the right thing to do. That's what orthodontics is about. So I hope that's a great take home message for everybody. But I agree. That's why I found you, because I was like, this guy expands the lower. This is great. They say it can't be done, and it should be done.
Yeah. So, is it a conspiracy theory, or is it just the way the profession has just evolved over the decades? And I think it's partly because my brother explained it. I interviewed him just about this, and he says, look, It's less so a conspiracy. It's more so the way that the profession has evolved, because it's easier to deal with non-compliant work. When there's removable appliances, there's compliance issues, and you
Yes,
know,
I
and so
agree.
on and so forth. But if we want the best thing for our children, right, and the evidence has supported it over the decades, right, and if you want to follow a systematic methodology that my brother has tweaked what he's learned from orthotropics, the Professor Muse and Mike Muse of the world, to the dozens of mentors he's had over the decades. And so, but what about India? How do we help those who really want to make this part of their practice, want to be part of this mission, this movement, and we wanted to, so hopefully we can form a study group, right?
Right.
Dr. Shah, you're leading it. You've already gone through this
Yes.
yourself, and I think if you can lead this group, and then I think it will really speed up the process of adoption and
Yes.
go through that
Yes.
learning curve. So
Yes.
really appreciate you reaching out to us to make this happen, because it does need a champion, and you have been as such. So
Thank
feel free to I'm keeping this special until the end of the month, so just feel free to reach out if you have any other further questions, and we'll go from there. So
Yes.
thank you, Dr. Shah, and we'll send the masterclass that we did with Amanda. We offered a special for those people as we ran ads in the US, and you'll see, right? We offered a $200 discount, right, from the $1,300 US for the virtual. So
Yeah.
we, obviously it's
Thank you for
a
being
special
so
adjustment.
generous.
I mean, no, of course. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Shah, again, and we'll be in touch. All right. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.